Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode 297 of Be With Me, 7 Minutes of Biblical Wonder. And today we are wondering about money. I think the title of this particular episode is going to be Money, Tool or Treasure. And I would direct you to the bewithme.us. That is our website. You can sign up for podcasts there. All right. We are in Luke chapter 16, 4 verses. And here I go. This is 16:12. And if you have not been faithful in that which is another's, who will give you that which is your own? No servant can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. The Pharisees, who were lovers of money, heard all these things, and they ridiculed him. And he said to them, "You are those who justify yourselves before men, but God knows your heart. For what is exalted among men is an abomination in the sight of God." All right, so the language that's used here was a surprise to me. So he talks about serving money, quote unquote, serving money. And I was wondering, is that even a thing? And we have to look to Scripture because in today's lesson, it basically says you cannot serve God and money. And so someone must be serving money. So yes, I think it is a thing. And then the other question we have to ask is, all right, theoretically, is it a thing? Yes, it's in the Scriptures. And then we have to ask, is it a thing with me? And maybe even more specifically, how might it be a thing with me? So first of all, what's a servant? A servant is an agent who's accountable. And the Scripture tells us today that in the topic of money, we are agents of a master who are going to be accountable. So that's a little bit sobering. A master is one who is the controlling power and sovereign and Lord. So today we're going to have a choice, if we will, about who do we align with. Are we serving God or are we serving money? It's what surprised me about today's passage was the affection that was described. And the affections that were described could be ascribed either to God or to money. So some of the faith words that we use, putting our trust in, putting our faith in, being saved by, believing in and hoping in, if those heart thoughts are given towards money, we call that idolatry. So the language here is one of affection. It's one of passion. So I'm thinking about money in this regard is we are plopped down into a world of money. Literally, at 5:15 a.m. this morning, I interacted with our financial system with a credit card number. And so it is a daily occurrence, working with 529s and IRAs and 401ks and marginal tax rates and relief and spending package and pensions, Social Security, paychecks, statements, and on the bad side, fraud, theft, Ponzi schemes. These are common words in our world today. But here's the interesting thing, is they're not going to be common in heaven. We're going to go from a moneyed world, daily financial system, to a world where there is no money in heaven or hell. It's going to be totally gone. So our constant frequency is going to go essentially to zero. So our time to deal with this is now. So we have to be careful about who we love versus hate, who we're devoted to, and who we serve, because one of those relationships is going to be eternal. That's the one with the Lord. One of those relationships is going to be temporary. That is with our money. So it's not an option to just say, well, I have no relationship with money. That's not possible. Now, do we have a balanced relationship and a stewardship relationship? Do we think that it's another's? Yeah. So let's not ever say, hey, oh man, I was so surprised. I had no idea that you were serious about this topic, Lord. It's a daily thing for us, a marker, if you will. Our relationship with money can be a marker for who our affections are directed towards, who we think the ownership goes to, who has the controlling interest. And in a sense, who's the sovereign of this? Who's the sovereign of your life? It's who do we put our trust in? Who do we put our hope in? And who is the controlling power? So I would challenge us to say, all right, let's look at evidence. Let's look at our checkbook. Let's look at our generosity. Let's look at some of the facts. But the heart of the passage today is these heart words about our attitude and our love and our devotion. So we need to define our relationship, DTR, with money. And in a sense, it's similar in that we have a DTR with God. The marker for it is what's our DTR with money. And I think we can use our interactions with money to keep doing these frequent heart checks of faithfulness. The Lord, I think, is saying, serve me, love me, be devoted to me, trust me, be passionate about me, not something else. And using money, being stewards of money, using it accountability. So I think about this anatomically is, where do we want to keep our wallet? Do we want to keep our wallet in our heart? No, the Lord is saying, nope, don't do that. Keep your wallet in your back pocket. Keep your heart for me. Keep money as a tool, not as our treasure. And then finally, realize that our relationship, our daily, ongoing, maybe even hourly relationship with money is not going to be eternal. What is going to be eternal is our relationship with the Lord. So let's keep him the treasure, not money the treasure. Let's keep our money in the back pocket, not in our hearts. Great to be with you. See you tomorrow.